Jeremy Clarkson, the popular British television presenter and host of Top Gear and The Grand Tour, has recently made headlines with a disturbing update about his farm. In a revealing statement, Clarkson shared that his farm in the Cotswolds has been the target of robbers, a development he described as worrying and concerning. The news, which has raised alarm among Clarkson's fans and followers, highlights the risks faced by those who live in rural areas, particularly when it comes to crime, which can sometimes be overlooked in discussions about safety. The incident, a growing concern for Clarkson. Jeremy Clarkson, known for his outspoken personality and love of farming, took to social media and his various platforms to discuss the troubling experience. The robbers, reportedly targeting Clarkson's farm, have allegedly made several attempts to steal from the property. The incidents come at a time when Clarkson is gaining increasing recognition for his work on his Amazon Prime series, Clarkson's Farm, which documents his attempts to run a farm despite having little to no prior experience in farming. The series has been met with both critical acclaim and commercial success, offering a mix of humor, genuine exploration of farming life, and insight into the challenges of rural British life. Clarkson's statements regarding the robbery have raised concerns about the safety of rural properties, particularly those of high-profile individuals. These kinds of incidents are not isolated to Clarkson's farm alone. Farm theft is an issue that has been growing in some parts of the UK, with robbers targeting equipment, livestock, and even crops. In Clarkson's case, the robbers seem to have been after valuable items associated with farming, such as machinery and tools, which are often high-ticket items. In his statement, Clarkson expressed how unnerving it is to think that someone would attempt to breach the safety of his family and his livelihood, especially after having worked so hard to maintain the property. He shared that the emotional toll of such incidents can be as damaging as the financial loss, leaving a feeling of violation and vulnerability in the wake of the crime. The impact on Clarkson's farming venture. Clarkson's farm, which has become almost as famous as the man himself due to his ongoing reality series, is located in the picturesque Cotswolds, an area renowned for its idyllic rural settings. However, the beauty of the Cotswolds doesn't shield it from the growing crime wave that has plagued rural areas in recent years. In the television show, Clarkson is often seen struggling with the many difficulties of running a farm, from dealing with unpredictable weather patterns to understanding the intricacies of crop rotation and animal husbandry. Despite his lack of farming experience, Clarkson's journey has resonated with viewers, offering an authentic look at the complexities of farming life. However, this recent robbery highlights a side of rural life that is rarely discussed: the vulnerability of farmers to crime, which can add to the already significant pressures they face. The robbery has also come at a time when Clarkson has been investing more time and resources into the farm, hoping to make a success out of it. His farming business has been featured prominently in his television series, and Clarkson has spoken at length about how important it is to him. For him, the farm is not just a hobby, it's a significant personal and professional venture. Having his property targeted by thieves could have far-reaching implications, both for his personal sense of security and for the future of his farming efforts. A rising problem for farmers. Clarkson's experience highlights a larger problem facing farmers, particularly in rural areas. Farm thefts, which can involve anything from tractors and machinery to livestock and crops, have been steadily rising in the UK. Many farmers are now investing in heightened security measures, such as cameras, alarms, and even security patrols, to safeguard their property. In some cases, farmers have formed local networks to watch over each other's farms, especially during harvest time when many valuable items are at their most vulnerable. The farming industry, which is already struggling with challenges like fluctuating market prices, government regulations, and changing weather conditions, now has to contend with the added pressure of securing their assets against criminals. For someone like Clarkson, who has invested heavily in his farm's success, the financial and emotional cost of theft can be overwhelming. The loss of essential equipment or animals can have a profound impact on a farm's ability to operate efficiently. Moreover, rural areas are often less policed than urban centers, which can make criminals feel emboldened in their actions. Law enforcement agencies may be stretched thin, with fewer officers available to patrol the vast expanses of farmland. This lack of a police presence in rural communities means that many farmers are forced to take matters into their own hands, whether by installing expensive security measures or even organizing community watch schemes. This situation creates a sense of isolation and insecurity, which is particularly unsettling for those who work alone or with minimal help. Clarkson's response to the crime. In response to the robbery, Clarkson has promised to take action to enhance the security of his farm. The specifics of the measures he intends to take remain unclear, but it is likely that the high-profile nature of his situation will prompt increased public awareness and discussion about the need for better security in rural communities. Clarkson's celebrity status could also shine a light on the broader issue, encouraging other farmers and landowners to take more precautions. The TV personality has not been shy in expressing his frustration with the incident. However, he also remained optimistic, stating that he will not allow these events to deter him from continuing with his farming endeavors. The experience, he explained, serves as a reminder of the challenges that farmers face in an often unforgiving industry. He called for greater awareness of the difficulties faced by those in agriculture, urging both the public and policymakers to do more to support rural communities and ensure that they are not left vulnerable to crime. Public reaction and the larger conversation. Jeremy Clarkson's announcement has sparked widespread discussion, not only among his fans but also in the wider media. His loyal following, which spans both fans of his automotive shows and his new farming series, have expressed their shock and sympathy over the crime. Many have taken to social media to offer their support, with some even suggesting that Clarkson should take further steps to publicly advocate for better security and protection for farmers. The incident has also prompted a larger conversation about the state of rural crime and the challenges facing farmers in the UK. Various organizations and agricultural groups have voiced concerns over the rising levels of theft and the impact it has on the farming community. The National Farmers Union (NFU) has been particularly vocal about the issue, calling for increased investment in rural policing and better support for farmers to secure their properties. Conclusion: the robbery targeting Jeremy Clarkson's farm highlights the growing problem of rural crime, an issue that often goes underreported despite its significant impact on farmers and landowners. For Clarkson, the experience is not only a personal setback but also a reminder of the wider challenges faced by those who work in agriculture. As his story spreads, it is likely to prompt more conversations about the vulnerability of rural communities and the steps that need to be taken to safeguard them from crime. Clarkson's willingness to speak out about the issue might help bring about a change in how rural crime is handled in the UK, especially as it becomes an increasing concern for farmers across the country. Jeremy Clarkson says his farm has been targeted by robbers in worrying news. Jeremy Clarkson's farm targeted by robbers, a worrying incident. Jeremy Clarkson, the